Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your March 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and welcome back. If you are a new watcher, new subscriber, welcome. We are going to do a full Lenormand Spread, which is the Grand Tableau. It was developed by Mademoiselle Lenormand. And these cards are great because they have so many aspects. I can get into them really deeply, but I'm going to do a general read for you all. I also I have these great decks with me, so I wanted to get a few other cards just for nice little extra bonuses. So the links to the decks are in the description below, as well as if you're interested in having a reading with me, my website information's in the box below. And I love hearing your comments. I'm so fascinated and just love hearing back from you. So do feel free to drop a comment or at least hit that like button. It helps me out so much. So let's start here. This is our Gabby Bernstein's deck. And what it says is, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. It's a little, I know I have a lot of light here right now, but I love this. It's a beautiful card. It's nice. It even looks like a heart. There's been a lot of love coming up in the general reads. I haven't even gotten to the love reads yet, so it's interesting to me that there's just a lot of love already. So we'll see what comes up for your Lenormand spread today, Cancer. But let's start with this last message, which is messages from the universe. Oh, this one's a good one. Ooh, you might have gotten two. I'm just going to give you the one because sometimes they get confusing. It just says, yeehaw. So if you are looking for a yeehaw moment, this might be one for you. It also just might be telling you to just celebrate and just to enjoy the pure essence of what's going on in your life, maybe. Or it could just mean, go to Austin. Hey, it's South by Southwest month. So if you are in Austin, hey y'all, I love Austin, one of my favorite cities. Where I'm talking because I'm in the US. All right, sorry, let me get back to this. So here I am. I'm looking for the March reading for Cancer. Here we go. Let's figure it out where it all begins for Cancer for March. I'm feeling like it's that one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to lay them out. Well, I'm going to show you them, and then I'll put them together, lay them out for you. We have the moon, the fox, the fish, the snake, the bouquet, and I'm gonna run out of room already. That's the hardest part about the spread. So many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The stork, the whip, and the book. Okay, next row, the mice, the birds, the heart, the sun, the key. Oh, this one was flippied. The lily. I'm only reading, I've never read in reverse on this deck. The stars, the tower, you see that? We have the ship for the next line, the park or the garden, and the scythe, the clover, there's the man, it's the masculine energy, the rider, oh, excuse me, the clouds. There's the feminine. Oh my goodness, come here. Okay, there's the feminine. Next row, the paths, This is the mountain, the anchor, the cross, the house, the coffin, the letter, and the ring. The ring. Okay, and then the 4 to end it all is the tree, the dog, and the child, and the bear. The bear. All right. So give me a moment. I'm going to count and see if there are any cards that are in their own houses. I like to do that just because it gives a more of a flavor as well as what's going on. So give me a moment to count. Okay, so no cards are in their own houses, or their own houses, and that's fine. It just gives another flavor. Also, I forgot to mention that I am doggy sitting, and he loves to have attention, but he also can bark really loudly. So if you hear him asking to come in, please try to ignore it, or just say hi, Kenji, because he's there. All right, so let's get started, Cancer. Let's see what's going on. First thing is I want to just draw attention to the masculine. The masculine energy line is right here. This is the present. This is all of the past, and this is the future. The feminine is way over here. This is your present energy, okay, feminines? So what I'm going to say to you, feminines, is that it's going to be difficult for me to look at anything that's coming up for you because of the way that the spread laid out. Normally, if I was just reading for you and this was a personal spread, I would actually redo this and draw differently because, you know, looking back can be helpful, but it's not giving us a full picture. So we kind of like to have a full picture. So with that said, I'm just going to tell you, and again, this is usually sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant. So check one of your other signs, check one of the videos for the other signs, or I'll also have love readings out this month, and I'm going to start doing, I think I'm going to try to do dailies, not the full Lenormand spread, but some Lenormand action daily. So just keep that in mind, all right? Okay, so here we go, Cancer. We're going to start with what's going on here. In the past, we have some emotional connection, and this could be just a month ago actually as well, where there was a need to be really cunning in finding money, in making money, but there was also somebody maybe working against you. And this could have been a partnership that it just kind of dissolved in work, okay? This is very much work related. The reason why I say it could have dissolved is because the fox is a card of taking care of it themselves. So it's the cards were really saying, you know, the money for you came from you working for yourself, you being in a leadership role. There was some kind of energy underneath that was pulling away from that. So maybe there was, you know, somebody who worked for you who may have coveted your job. They wanted, you know, maybe two of you were both up for promotion and you got it over them. The other thing is, and again, this is energy that comes up from underneath, in my opinion, that it's, you know, just there was something a little off about this money that came in for you in the past. There was some kind of emotional connection to it, very odd. So maybe you can help me out in the comments with that one, but I'm feeling like that has settled itself out, especially now in the present line, because you have the bouquet here, which means that the success, the blessings are here. You're having the support again that you're looking for, and it's support to start something new, actually. So if this is an old business venture where you have changed, perhaps you were working for yourself and now you've taken on a new job position now, it's going to work out better. So whatever work-related stuff that was happening in the past, there was a lot of emotional connection, perhaps a little bit of illusion even involved in that, but now things are clearing up. So there's a new work thing for you, specifically for the masculine. For the feminine, again, I'm still talking about your past. And, this is, again, we try to resonate. These are general readings here. So we've got some new beginning that looks like it's going to work out a lot better. There will be hard work involved. You will have to buckle down. There still may be a little bit of struggle just because it's new. And sometimes when things are new, you have to break yourself in a bit and give yourself some time to get with the program. Again, especially if you're coming from working for yourself and starting in working for a corporation or something, or working for someone else. The corporation card is way over here. So that is possible. It might have something to do with learning, like you might be working at a university, higher education, but you're going to have to buckle down a bit. You just might find that. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be successful by any means, because again, you've got some blessings right here. Good luck that's, kind of made its way to you. So just keep that in mind, that you just need a little bit of time to develop your comfort there. Okay. Next line, let's see what this one's about. So we've got the first is the work line. Second line, there was some anxiety and some gossip even perhaps in the past that had to do with a love situation, or, it could be self-love, but because there's people involved, I'm thinking that this is like a public thing. There was some talk around you. I'm thinking that public is because the garden card is right here. You might have had some anxiety because people were talking about your love life. Sometimes I'm even guilty of this. Sometimes I speak too soon and I say, hey, I'm dating somebody, and then it just kind of fizzles out, and then I have to explain, no, I'm not actually dating anybody, even though I thought it was going to go somewhere. So that could have been what's going on here in the past. Now, the thing is that this love relationship looks like it was successful. It looks like it's something that it's starting to take root. So it's not that situation I just gave you, my situation, but there was a little bit of anxiety about it initially because people were talking about it, because maybe you and your person were talking and it made you a little nervous. Maybe the connection was really strong and that made you a little nervous. That's all. But right now it's looking like this love relationship is actually quite successful. There is a lot to be learned, a lot of, here we are in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, these are your middle cards here. So for the masculine Capricorn, I'm saying Capricorn, are you in relationship with a Capricorn Cancer? That's possible. But for the masculine Cancer, these are your center cards here. So we've got success, we've got learning, knowledge, really developing the self, and it's something that could be a long-term connection here, which I love. The lilies is sensuality, but it's also legacy and it's also antiquity. So I look at it as this connection could be something that lasts for a very long time. It looks like it could be something that's also destined. There could be and these are things that develop in the future here. There could be something where you are brought, this connection that you have together is actually brought to a public place, and this is, the Tower card here, or you could go on a retreat together. That's another thing for the Tower, is that you could be planning to kind of hide away. Maybe your relationship has been very public and you want to just hide away in the future. The Star card can also mean that there's some notoriety or some fame. So I'm again talking about it in terms of perhaps it's just been a very public love connection, and this could be social media, right? It could just be friends on Facebook and everybody's chatting, or you could put yourself out there with pictures and everybody's talking about it. You might not have even put yourself out there. It was somebody else, perhaps, the fundraiser that you went to with your partner, that picture happened to end up in some very public place and now everybody's talking about it. But it's possible that in the future you two are really wanting to retreat together, to just have more time together. Another possibility for that Tower card is that this is government, this is institution, And it is on the line with the woman and the ring. So I'm just going to say it, that it could lead to marriage. And that's the legality of marriage, right? The relationship is here already. The commitment is further along down the road. So it is possible, Cancer, that you have met someone that, and it's already having met somebody here, that you have met someone that is very potentially going to be a long-term fated partnership for you, and it might turn into a relationship where marriage is on the table. Well, that's exciting. So it's interesting. It starts with anxiety and it ends up with potentially marriage. Woo, I'm excited for the Cancers. Now, feminine Cancers, this is where you're at, okay? So let's just take a look at where you are right now, because a lot of this reading is really about the masculine's view right now. Feminine, where you are is that there's a connection to a commitment. And again, here, you have this Tower card, so it could be that you're committing to retreating, or you could be committing legally. This could be marriage, and it could be a secret marriage. This could be an elopement because the book is there. So again, that even ties in here, where if you guys are trying to retreat, you're going to retreat, and there's going to be an elopement. So you're just going forward with your relationship, and even though people are talking about it, you're really just going to pull back and take care of yourselves, because this is something that's really going to look like it's going to develop long term and to take root, which is beautiful. Cancer, I really hope that this is for each and every one of you. That would be really amazing to hear. And I really hope that you can let me know in the comments section. Let's move to the third line here. We're talking about travel and expansion. And it's travel, it's group travel. And this is, again, past. So there could have been some travel that you did, and I'm feeling like it could have even been to the Pacific Northwest, someplace where there's a lot of greenery. But there was travel perhaps for work that might have brought you maybe two together. So that could have been where you both met. There is a luck, something beneficial from this travel that happened in the past. It came quickly, this luck came quickly to you. And again, there's a lot of movement here, even though there might be a little bit of confusion on your feminine part, okay? So I kind of sped through this line, but let's talk about it a little bit more. There was travel in the past. There was community involved in this travel. So let's say it might have been a group retreat. It might have been if it's for work, where do you guys, for work, where everybody goes on a training trip together. So there might have been, or it could have just been like, Habitat for Humanity, that type of work or travel, or a missionary, going out on a mission. Something, but that connection, that experience brought the masculine a lot of luck. And this, again, could have been where the connection was made with this person, this love relationship. Now, what I'm feeling here is that the feminine, so masculine Cancers, you are set. It seems that you have this feminine in your world, and you are the one who is wanting. You're very clear that it's possible that this marriage thing could come about. For the feminine, I think there's a little bit of confusion. It might be happening too fast for the feminine. She may have always had this on her mind and always wanted this commitment, but she's just there's a little bit of confusion that's coming in, a little bit of not sure if this is the way to go. So, and that could just be the feminine Cancer for this reading, because you really don't have, we just don't have much that we're working with. But what I'm feeling is that there's a little bit of confusion that you might have had because this relationship maybe started, and again, it might have started with this, with a lot of the anxiety initially. Things might have been falling into place so quickly that there's confusion, there's anxiety, but once that burns off, you get to a place where it's potentially an elopement situation here, which is beautiful, okay? Let's move to the fourth line. Let's just see. This third line was really about the meeting of the two, and then something about travel and community here. So the fourth line, we're talking about choices. choices, and it looks like this is about home. So we have some choices that have been, it's been a long time coming, like the answer to, the best choice has been a challenge to make, and it's because there was some burdens. It's because there was some perhaps moving away from the way in which we always looked at things. What I'm trying to say is, like, we're getting to the house. So you might have thought in the past that, let's just use a relationship for an example. Relationship is always supposed to be this one thing. Well, you're presented with some options here in the past. You were presented with some options, and it was really about trying to shatter any kind of preconceived notions, because that anchor, the anchor is the way in which, things feel stable, right? But that stability felt like a burden, okay? So that's why I'm saying that, there's been some learning about how to go about work differently, how to go about relationship differently, how to go about keeping yourself healthy in a different way. Something has been shattered, and it might have to do with home stuff, So perhaps it's about taking yourself away from being, have you heard of being location free? So, maybe you've sold a home so that you can then move around. You don't have to have that one home that you always go to, but you're actually starting to work traveling. That's potential. There's just some kind of break from this stability, because the stability has become a burden. It's become a weight, and there's a need for this change. Right now, you're in the place of home, and you can feel the need for change. If you're the masculine Cancer, you can feel it. Feminines, I also forgot to mention that as I'm talking about this could be the story for your masculine that he's going through. So the change that's needing to happen right now is feeling like you're stuck. You're feeling there's a heaviness with the home. Maybe it's just a mortgage payment that you're not able to make. Maybe it is that you had a roommate move out, and all of a sudden now you have more money that you're responsible for paying for your home. But something needs to change. That situation is in fact changing, and I'll say that there is, and it's interesting because again we have this commitment and the letter, which is also, about marriage licenses, something that's written about this commitment that's connected to this feminine. So the home, the weight of the home, all of that you might have felt in the past is changing because perhaps of this relationship that you have. So if you have, maybe the masculine is moving in with the feminine. Maybe the masculine is selling a home and moving with the feminine, or vice versa. The feminine is being drawn into the masculine, and maybe that's why she's a little confused. But there's something definitely about home. Children are underlying this, okay? And what I mean by that is that it doesn't feel like there's children in the picture currently, but there is the children are guiding this. There might be a child that wants to be born and has brought you two together, and that might be why this is happening so quickly and it's throwing you all off. Sometimes that happens, right? But look, you've got all of these really interesting family cards to sum it all up, okay? We've got the tree here, which is about family taking roots. We have loyalty. So there's roots being taken. There's loyalty that's coming forward, and there is it may be just an innocence in this connection, or an innocence in general that we're just trying to maintain and release this burden. But we're moving towards a place of responsibility, of nurturing, and more importantly, even financial security and abundance, okay? So these are big themes here that you're working with, Cancer. I'm interested to see what this relationship is. So I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you like this reading, give me a thumbs up. That helps out the channel so much. Remember, if you're feeling this relationship, it's a yeehaw. And the moment that I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Woo, that was a good one. That was a big one. So I'm going to send you all of my love. We'll talk with you soon.